I know people don't do this every day, and it has caught so many people's attention. And,
Mhm.
for me, that's a way for me to honor my husband, because I know that that's not who he was. I've known him since we were 5. He grew up down the road from me. And it's like sometimes I believe things have to happen. God chooses people to suffer so they in turn can help others who suffer. Whether you believe in God or not, the principle's still the same. So
Oh, that's good. And it's sometimes telling your story is therapeutic for you, and the lessons from the story helps others. So it's really a win-win.
yeah, and just imagine all the people because I go to the Grammy Awards every year. Could you imagine like trying to ruin my life, and then like 15 years later, you see me on the red carpet with Tim and Faith Hill? Like, you know how much that hurt probably to hit that like button? But that's
Yep.
not what it's about. It's not what it's about. But,
No.
success is
But it's gonna feel so good
In there. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love it.
that's amazing. All right.
now I'm here with you.
Yeah, I know. And to further our fun and questions, how about we get into the second part of our show, and we'll get into Maddie's rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire question.
All right, awesome. So I'm going to ask you a cavalcade of very quick questions as fast as I can. And you're going to answer the first thing that comes to your mind. And if you don't want to answer it or you don't like the question, just say pass, or we can come back to it after.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. What made-up word would you register into the English language?
Something with cunt in it. I love
I
cunt.
love it. Number 2. What's the scariest dream you can remember?
Jesus, I don't know. Come back to that because I'll have something.
All right. What superpower do you wish you had?
Oh my God. I guess to fly.
That's
Sweet.
popular. Yeah.
What is your earliest childhood memory?
Running into the electric fence when I was paying attention to this pretty flower. Because I was, in the country, and it's like that first zap to your forehead of like all of that wattage from,
Oh, you got it in the forehead. Nice.
Because I'm like, it's pretty, so I mean, it's just like walk it off.
I have peed on an electric fence. I know it's so cliche, but it sucks.
Good for
So.
It's funny.
I was tricked. I was the city boy who went to work on the farm for a while, and the farmers all stood around. And when I looked at it, I was like, "Well, what's with the orange string?" And they're like, "Oh no, you touch it." I was like, "What?" He's like, "No, no." So I grabbed a hold of it, and of course they had to pry me off of it.
Oh my God! Well, I mean, Maddie, is that why you had that to put the cowboy boot on that third leg?
Yeah, that's what happened. It was like a nuclear accident after that. All right. What activity makes you the happiest?
Oh, I love ancestry because dead people don't talk back.
That's a good point. That's a good point. What foreign language would you most like to learn?
I took Spanish for 8 years, and now I can only speak it when I drink red wine. So I'd really like to perfect it again.
Cool. What decade would you most like to live in?
Oh, I want to relive the 90s. They were so fun.
I love the 90s. Best music.
I'm friends with all of those guys now. Like I went on tour, because in backstage with the I Love the 90s guy. Oh, it's so fun.
Oh, did you? My wife's a huge Salt and Pepper fan, so that's like
Spinderella and her brother DJ Bourne. They were actually giving my son DJ lessons before all this COVID stuff happened. But yeah, I know Spinderella and her brother real well. I go to their family parties and stuff.
Tony and I gotta come hang out with you. You sound like you just not only are awesome, but you also hang out with the coolest people.
Well, dude, if you're gonna fucking go through hell, when you come out on the other side, you're gonna just really like take advantage of life. But honestly, the whole reason why I'm just me, like the way I am right now with you. Like I did tell Pep once when we were on a cruise for the I Love the 90s cruise down in Mexico, I was like, your shit stinks just as bad as mine does.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
Yep. All right, number 8. Do you have a go-to joke?
Oh, guys, I've been apologizing for half the shit that's come out of my mouth tonight. Are you kidding me?
Do you want to share it with us?
I don't even know. Like Seriously, when you ask me stuff like that, like I'm just so much better, with it. Because usually when you're hearing what comes out of my mouth, I might be hearing it for the first time too, just because ADHD is a superpower and I don't take medicine or anything. I just try to harness it.
That's awesome.
I don't know. I'm sorry. My life is a joke. There you go.
What was the first movie that made you cry?
Oh man. I remember seeing The Little Mermaid in the movie theater and it was like, oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. Disney always gets to people's hearts.
I guess so. Now I just am
So true.
desensitized and I stay the hell away from crying because life's hard enough.
Did you know in that movie there's a little hidden thing where the
yeah.
guy that's officiating their wedding pops a boner?
Yes, the priest
Everything
boner.
is a genius with that. Like the old ones had him on the front cover, making, Disney. I don't know what's going on.
Right?
That is a whole bunch of people stuffed in a room that are frustrated with their job, making zero money. They're throwing dicks in there. That is
I think it's amazing.
Awesome. What? Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, well, kind of. My aunt was an astronaut. She went up twice and was the engineer who launched the Venus Magellan. So I hear a lot of stories, and she's never come out and actually told me yes or no because I've asked. So I'm hoping maybe when I visit her, I can have some more answers. But I don't know. I mean, everything's made up of carbon, and there's carbon everywhere. So I mean,
yep.
Hey,
right. That's right.
Guys, crazier shit happens.
All right. Number 11? How would you spend $100 million?
Ugh, I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? No, because stuff is like I used to care about that, and it's like it's stupid now. Like I don't care about all that. I have all those Louboutin shoes. It's like you can't even walk in them. I think I don't know. I would come up with some good freaking plan though, because I'm smart and I'd be like, here we go. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I just want one person to say sneakers and a pizza.
Sneakers that double as a shoe, or as a canoe, not as social distancing. So then I can.
Yeah, you'd make size 76 social distancing shoes and beat the guy to market.
Seriously.
What exotic animal would you like to domesticate if you could?
None. I grew up on a farm. I didn't see the ocean until I was 16 because of the bastards.
That's fair.
No,
that's fair. That's good. What gets on your nerves? What's your biggest pet peeve?
If you sneeze more than 3 times, get the fuck out.
I know people who sneeze more than 3 times. That's hilarious.
It's in my yearbook. I said compulsive sneezers and people who think they're better than you. They didn't put the fat girls in tiny clothes comment, but I'm glad they did. Life was a little difficult for a while, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What was the last thing you did just for yourself?
Oh man. I upgraded on my flight home from Kansas City when I had meetings last week.
Nice.
Done.
Hey, treat yourself.
That's right.
I hate the airline anyway, so I might as well have more legroom, right?
Yep. Exactly. What holiday would you erase from the calendar if you could?
Oh, Valentine's Day. It's
there
so
we
stupid.
go.
Finally, I thought we would have it way before this. I'm glad you said it.
Well,
Yeah.
I hate all the typical girl shit.
I'm glad someone comes right out just instantly. No, fuck Valentine's Day.
Yeah. And it's Venus Day or whatever it is. Yeah, fuck that too. It's so dumb. Like, love me on a Wednesday at 11:53 in the morning if you really care.
That's right.
We got Arbor Day once. That was a funny answer.
Well, you guys, you put horse in your hamburgers, and that's okay though. You guys do strange stuff, but I enjoy all of it, so I can't complain.
Right? Just put a little ketchup on it.
Yeah.
What do you do when you can't fall asleep?
So every night, I basically just I work and think, and that's usually where some of my greatest ideas come from. And I mean, that's why we're called 25/8 Studios, because 24/7 isn't enough time.
I like it. I like it.
One of these
That's
days,
very
we
cool.
can get
That's my
wages as
business
well.
partner.
Yeah.
That's all him, but yeah.
What's the best thing you've ever eaten?
Oh God, I've been to like over 70 countries, and I've eaten a lot of.
Is there anything that really stands out though that you were just like, holy shit?
Oh, well, actually, yeah, I had whale in Iceland, and they don't do it anymore. And they had puffin, and that puffin, oh, I bought little earrings because I felt bad, but that little fillet was the thing. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
Is this
Ah,
that's like
Yeah.
the fish that only has that tiny little bit of meat, the rest will kill you?
Whatever it is, those fluffy little things, their ass tasted amazing. It was so good. It was sweeter.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Have you ever had a crush on a fictional character?
Mm,
It could be a character in a real life acted show or
Comic book.
cartoon
I
or
will-
comic book.
well, mm, my best friend now is Jesse Snyder. He's Dee Snyder's son from Twisted Sister, and I originally saw him on Growing Up Twisted on the reality show. I was just talking to him earlier, and now we're like, he inspires me. He's so positive, and it's just so great to have like good people in your life. But it's really funny when I remember just sitting in my living room and having my kids and just watching him on TV, and then he did Rock the Cradle and was an MTV VJ.
Yeah, I
And
remember that.
we became friends like 6 years ago or something, and that kind of stuff happens now because Kid and Play, I know them, and when I mean All for One is my very good close friends now, so like all the people that I grew up with, and I was on Comic Book Man. I'm
Yep.
friends with all the Comic Book Men. I'm friends with all the people, so it's like I think of them as people now instead of
Yeah.
Your friends.
yeah. I mean,
That's
yeah.
cool.
So
Very cool. Very cool. All right. And question number 20. What is your favorite podcast you've been on in the last 12 hours?
oh my God, it's this one, of course.
No hesitation. I love that.
Well, absolutely not. I love having fun. Like the ones that are, long and drawn out. I mean, I appreciate them, but I like to laugh, and like this one, I'll listen to again for sure. I'll be like, wow.
Well, thank you. Thank
And
you.
we'd love to have you circle back around with us at some point as well. And,
Or maybe after the COVID thing, we'll go and I'll come up to Canada and we could do something.
there you go. Yep.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. We've got some pretty cool stuff up here. So
Place. Kingston area, the Limestone City. It's a great tourist area. Lots of things to look at. They've got lots of bars. So
Is it haunted? Because I know Limestone is like
there is some.
we have a haunted walk. Yes, we do.
You can do. Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually even go to the fort. Well, there's something called Fort Henry, and it's when was it built, Tony?
Oh, jeez. Where you can easily put it before the what was it? The War of 1812.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Well, I think it was built in the 1700s. If I'm not mistaken.
So it's
I was
still
gonna say,
young.
I've been here
compared
so
to-
long, I can't remember this stuff.
That's still so cool, though. That's really neat.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff and some really good like haunted walks and stuff in our city. So
Nice.
Yeah.
I hope they sponsor your podcast because, that was a great promo. Good push.
yeah, we should reach out
Got
now.
the date right.
We'll send them an invoice.
Send them the clip,
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, do you have anything that you'd like to pitch?
Well, I'm going to be, we are in the works right now. We're doing a documentary with a Grammy-nominated blues artist. His name's Clarence Beatty. He's played with everyone from B.B. King to Eric Clapton, opened for the Temptations and Supremes. He was actually dubbed the future of blues, and he was a drug addict for 40 years and lost his son last year to an overdose. And so, I mean, this is why I love life, too, because I'm helping him tell a story, and he's clean now. He's been clean for a few months, but to help everybody see their potential and to give them a second shot, I guess. And they really like when someone really cares about you, you could tell. And when you've had a lot of people who don't, and especially someone like me, I mean, he's in his late 50s, and here I am at 36 being like, okay, come on, we could do this. And it's funny. And he's like, you're the only person who could understand. And, he's like, you've done more for me than anybody else has in 40 years. And I'm like, you were up for a Grammy, dude. Like, I'm just like a nobody, who just sits in the seats. But, so I'm super stoked about that. He's going to have an album with it and a book. So all new music. It's amazing blues. He has a bunch of stuff